Hola, besis. Bienvenido a mi canal. So today in this video, I want to go over some things that are kind of shocking and surprising about the cultural differences and just differences that I've experienced while being in Colombia and visiting Colombia. So stick around, hope you like it. One of the things that I noticed first of all when I just started going down to Colombia was just the general attitude difference in the people there. People are so much more positive and happy, and they just have this vibrance and this love of life that is absolutely incredible. It's kind of very different and mind-blowing when it's not something that you're used to, and it's something that's very, very different than the way things here are in the States. So just walking up to people when you're passing on the street and saying like, hola, buenos dias, talking to people when you're out shopping, hola, Bessie, ¿cómo está, Bessie? How are you doing? It's fun, and people genuinely greet you with this warm, welcoming smile, and it's got to be probably one of the most positive environments that I've ever been in. It's completely different than the way that things are here in the States. Like, most people are very reserved and very quiet and very more focused on themselves. So it's like most of the time you can be walking around and it's like people don't even notice each other on the streets, or everybody keeps super quiet when they're out at stores. I do find it very interesting though, because I have a lot of shirts from Colombia. I have my favorite sweater that I know that a lot of you have seen with my big Colombian flag on the chest and everything. And strangely enough, when I am here in the States going around to stores, I will always find at least one abuela at a store somewhere that will look at my shirt and instantly smile and start speaking to me in Spanish and hola, ¿cómo estás? Buenos días. It's amazing, but that's how far the culture reaches. Another culture shock is what my wife likes to refer to as smacking the car doors. Don't ever do that, no matter what you do. I have a habit here of shutting the car door a little bit harder than I probably should, and never realized that until I got to Colombia. And the very first time I got into a taxi with my wife and I closed the door, and both her and the driver looked at me like, I know, it's terrible. It's not something you should ever do. My wife instantly had to correct me on that one and let me know that that is not something that we do here. That is just very, very rude. Nobody ever says anything, but they do genuinely have a sense of shock. So it's just one of those things that's super interesting to me. I remember very specifically having a conversation with my wife about how culturally different things are there than they are here. And I remember the way that she tried to describe it to me or talk to me about it, where I had already been there once or twice. And after I had gotten back to the States, we were having a conversation, and she tells me, there's a lot of cultural differences between the States and being down here. And she says that I notice how you react to things, and you always seem so very genuinely surprised when people seem extra friendly or smiley and they're talking to you inside stores or when we're walking down the street. Why is that? I try to speak Spanish. I do the best that I can to communicate with people. Luckily, I have a very understanding, beautiful wife that helps me out 99% of the time, but she is always very encouraging when I try. And there have been a few times where she's definitely pushed me, where she's like, no, you can do this, do it, just go and do it. If you make a mistake, it's fine. And it's awesome, but she's right. If you make a mistake, it's fine. People are very, very understanding of it, and they give you credit for trying. And the other part about it is they absolutely love seeing a gringo like me try to speak Spanish and try everything that is Colombian, Colombian food, the snacks, everything. And it is such an incredible feeling to have so many wonderful people be supportive and understanding and excited to see you try new things. So I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. these are just some of the things that like are very culturally different from being here in the States and being down in Colombia. And I hope that I can show more, showcase more, tell more, and have many more experiences to share with absolutely everybody as I continue on this journey. I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to watch these videos, for your support, your comments. I do read each and every single one of them, and it means the world to me. I love your suggestions. I love your feedback, and genuinely, thank you. Ciao, Bessie.